Welcome to another episode of Success Today. I'm your host, Jack Canfield. And my next guest is Gary Duvall. He's a financial planner and owns something called Epic Journey Financial. We're going to talk to him today about money management and God knows what else that is in that world with so many people get tripped up with. So welcome to the show.
Oh, glad to be here.
Thank you, Gary. So let's start by you telling us just a little bit about your background, where you come from, that kind of thing, and then we'll jump into the topic of the day here.
One important thing about my background is that when I was a senior in high school, I have to go back that far, I was 17 years old, and a teacher stopped me in the hallway during the lunch hour, which I thought was strange, and he gave me an assignment. And the assignment was to check two books out of the library, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. And so I went and ate lunch, and later that afternoon I checked out the books and I read those books, and they changed my thinking forever. So you had the principles of personal achievement that stayed with me, all those years. Of course, I've read the book several times, read both books several times since then. But I just, marched off to college and said, I'm going to get my Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, and landed a professional position. The day after graduation, I started full time. And I got married to my wife, Carol, that same month. So I graduated from college, started my professional career, and got married all in the same month, which really helps me remember my anniversary every year, quite frankly. And a couple years later, my daughter, Callie, came along. But I started climbing the corporate ladder, right? I had 4 promotions in 5 years, and kept progressing through a series of management positions until I was able to obtain a position as a financial advisor for the region's largest financial institution. And so I spent 19 years there, very successful career. I retired early and then started my own financial planning firm. I call it Epic Journey Financial, which really enables me to do my life's purpose, which is to leverage my creativity and enthusiasm to guide and inspire others to create, grow, and protect their wealth so that they can live happy, successful lives.
That's a great life purpose. I love it. I love how clear you are about it. And I would have to say to you that Think and Grow Rich and Psycho-Cybernetics were two of the most important books in my younger days as well. You move from the world of corporate and you move out on your own now. You start your own firm, I take it. Mm-hmm. And what was that moment when you went, I'm going to do that? Was there a transitional moment, an event in your life? What caused you to say, this is what I'm going to do?
There is a moment that affected the trajectory of my career. And what it was is I was a new financial advisor at the financial institution, and I was interviewing this couple, husband and wife. I was doing what I was trained to do, and I was explaining the process. So we're going to look at your assets and your liabilities, and we're going to look at your income and your expenses. We're going to analyze your cash flow and savings and investments. And he had the most disgusted look on his face. And he says to me, I would rather go to the dentist than talk to a financial advisor. And I was so shocked that I didn't know what to say. I was speechless. But needless to say, he didn't become my client. But that's when I changed everything. I said, this has to be interesting and fun and exciting, an epic journey really for them. And so I started, shortly after that, we're talking about their family and their relationships. We're talking about their physical fitness and their health and their involvement in the community and what social causes, they might be interested in. What they do for fun and recreation and the things that excite them, because ultimately we're going from where they are now to where they want to be. That isn't in the spreadsheets that I do or the charts, and the analysis. These mutual funds are better than the other ones. It's all about the client and making it interesting and fun, a process for them.
I think that's important. I think a lot of people get totally shut down, or they find money boring, or they have fear around it, so they don't like going to the dentist. I remember my dentist saying, no one ever wants to come and see me. It's not their happy thing to do, So I get it. So the name of our show is Success Today. We're talking about success. It means a lot of things different to different people. What does success mean to you? How do you see that word for you?
Well, the first thing that pops to mind when you ask that question is Earl Nightingale's a definition that kind of stuck with me early on, where success is the progressive realization of a worthwhile goal. And for years I just adopted that. I said, "Oh, that sounds good. I'll go with that." Earl Nightingale must know what he's talking about. But as I found out, uh, what success really means, in addition to increasing your net worth and having the financial success and doing the things that you want to do in life, but it's that progressive part, because in planning we need to know where we're going, but how do we get there? What are the steps? And with consistent, measurable, and monitored progress, then people can actually end up where they really want to go. And of course, it's always a progression after that. So it's progress is success, but ultimately, it's when the client is happy. They come into my office, they have an issue, a problem, a question, a concern, and then when they leave, they're smiling and they're laughing and they're happy, and they feel a sincere sense of gratitude for the work that I'm doing from them. And of course, that makes me feel like $1,000,000.
So I'm curious, if success is the progressive toward a worthwhile goal, all that, what is your worthwhile goal? How do you hold that for yourself?
My goal is to create a firm, which is one reason why I named my company. It was just last year, I renamed my company Epic Journey Financial. I'm not going to be in the business forever, but I want this business to continue to do the things that I know that are critically important for people well after I'm gone, and to leave a legacy of creating and growing and protecting the financial wealth of people.
How many people in your company?
I have a lot of people in my company. I don't have any employees. I have people who are contractors. I've brought on an advisor. I have a team of 6 people that are both virtual assistants and also do marketing. Money Concepts is the broker dealer, really my financial services solutions provider. And they have put together a team. It's called the MCAP team. And that stands for Money Concepts Advanced Planning Team. Whole group of elite financial advisors who are committed to helping other advisors within the Money Concepts family with their specific areas of expertise. So I have a very deep bench of experts to rely on, because no financial advisor can know everything that there is to know in the financial planning universe.
One thing I see out in the world a lot is that people think they have to have a lot of money before they could have a financial advisor. What would you say to those people?
I've never turned anybody away because they're just getting started,
Right.
or they don't have much. Because I can offer financial advice that is going to serve them well, regardless of how much money they have. But if I had one piece of advice to give to people that are either starting out or they feel like they're behind, which there's a lot of people in that category, is to come on in. The initial consultation is always free. And it's been my experience that I can benefit anybody that walks through the door, even in the free consultation. I do fee-based financial planning, in addition to asset management and charging the usual fees associated with managing money. So even a person who's just getting started can utilize my services if they choose to.
So you've kind of talked about this, but I'm going to ask you if there's any more you want to say about it. You have this definition of success. People have their definition. They come to you. Some kind of know where they want to go, some maybe not so much. How do you help people find the success that you're wanting them to have?
I'm a chartered retirement planning counselor, which is a designation from the College for Financial Planning. So that's the letters behind my name is CRPC. I specialized, starting over 20 years ago, in helping people retire, specifically people with the Oregon Public Employee Retirement System. They call it PERS. Anybody that works for a city, county, state, all these different agencies, there's a huge population of public employees that have a government pension waiting for them at the end, and an investment account that goes right along with that. But it's very complicated. I say that because the director of PERS himself said that it's the second most complicated retirement plan in the nation. And I thought, wow, that's job security for me. I'm going to specialize in that. It's a very similar process that for people in the private sector, but with the MCAP team, the Money Concepts Advanced Planning team, I'm finding that I can now help business owners, because business owners are typically very good at what they do with their products and services and so on, but they haven't necessarily created a written plan for how they're going to get out of the business, how they're going to retire, or a succession plan. And of course, there's unplanned exits and there's planned exits. Right. It's much better to plan for contingencies and also to plan for if everything works out the way that you would most like it. So I'm able to help those people by doing a no-cost valuation of their business, which is very unique in the business. Also, we can show them how to save taxes, because we have tax experts that know more than most CPAs and accountants that they're already going to. So if we can show them how to move some money from Uncle Sam's pocket into their pocket to ensure their future, then they're really happy with that service.
I would bet they would be. So if people want to reach you, find out more about your services, engage you, how do they reach you? Where do they go?
The best way is to go to epicjourneyfinancial.com. And all of my contact information is there. And I also have a special website available, persadvisor.com, for the PERS employees. Okay. So persadvisor.com or epicjourneyfinancial.com, all roads lead to me.
Very good. Well, it's a pleasure having you here. I really enjoy the fact that you're so diverse and so generous with your time with people, and obviously you care much about them, or you wouldn't be doing it the way you're doing it. So I'm happy to be some little bit of support in helping you get the word out. So thank you for joining us today.
Oh, excellent. Well, I certainly appreciate being here. And I remember your words, if it ain't fun, don't do it.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, thank you once again. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.